Hello and welcome to a game I haven't played in well, I hadn't played in a very long time, and I decided to play it again just for the fun of it, and yeah, I haven't been able to stop playing it just because it's enjoyable to a certain extent. So I created a new character right now, which I'm going to be using to speedrun through the beginning, just because to get those little basic ingredients and materials. The beginning can be skipped if you wanted it to be skipped, but I usually do it just because you gain some things that become very useful that you don't get if you choose to skip. If you choose to skip the beginning of the game, you lose resources. Well, specifically gold and a couple expansions of inventory. So yeah, I'm going to be just game commentating on the game while I play it, while I speedrun to it. What I really want is to essentially become level 34 so that I can gain some resources that will allow me to customize my character. That is assuming that I actually do get those. I don't really know. Sometimes you get some bonus things in this game. Sometimes you don't. I don't understand. I don't know how that works, but okay. The game is an MMO, of course, so there's going to be other players around, which can make things a little complicated, but that's okay. That's never been a problem for me right now. So yeah, I created this new character. She's a Slayer. A lot of people are saying that the Slayer is probably one of the weakest classes in the game. As far as I can tell, up to at the very least up to 35. I'd say it's actually a pretty good class. I've actually been very surprised to find that it's pretty powerful. I don't know if that's just me or if it's just the PvE, but I know that it's pretty powerful, at least for PvP. Well, I've only been soloing this game, so I don't know how it's in groups or anything else. Now, to be fair, this class does begin somewhat weak. It doesn't have the same punch as other classes, but that's just the beginning. Once you get through the beginning, you do become a lot stronger. So that's actually nice. So just like with the sorcerer, the beginning, when you start, you're not going to be that powerful, but that's fine. As you progress is how you become stronger, and that's basically what matters. So I'm just gonna be playing, and I'm going to just tell what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, you kill those 3 treants, then you talk to this guy. I'm going to be skipping everything because, like I said, the story is not really the strong point, and the beginning is probably the most boring in this game. So I usually just plow through it as quickly as possible every time I create a new character. Let me just take this guy out. So we kill this little, I guess, what is it, like a boss or something? I don't know. So when you're playing the Slayer, it's all about... Did you drop anything? No? Okay. When you're playing the Slayer, it's all about the abilities, using your abilities. They're the bread and butter of how you'll be dealing damage and how you'll be dealing with enemies. At level 30 plus or so, I never really used anything other than the abilities. I never used her the basic attack. So I only use it when my abilities were in cooldown. So yeah. TERA is actually it's an okay game. It has the problem of regional. You can't play with people that are not in your region, which is kind of a big problem. I'd say that's the biggest problem for me, and other than that is the fact that this game has been out for a while. I haven't seen any updates for the game. They don't really upgrade it or update it as often as other games like Neverwinter. So it's it's a little bit, it can get, its frame rate can drop, it can get laggy, it can get glitchy, so I'd say it could be, the gameplay is fun, like doing damage, fighting. It's actually, its combat is actually quite interesting, as it's a mixture of kind of like hack and slash and RPGs and action RPGs. So it's enjoyable. It's just that, you know, the story is not really that it's not really that special, and it's just that it's got all these problems and stuff that, you know, I think it could have used a couple of updates to, you know, polish and make the game better. I mean, I have seen players playing the game. It's servers are literally packed with people playing the game, and I've seen a lot of people with customizations that would require the premium resource. So it's not like it's not like the developer's not getting the money from that premium resource. So I just understand why they haven't been updating this game as much as possible. So considering that the game is kind of, you know, I don't know how it's doing, how well or bad it's doing, so it's good to, I would say, save up to see if you know, if there is if the game does hold, because right now it's a little bit like, is it going to last, is it not going to last, no one knows. So in the beginning, these enemies are not really that powerful, they don't really do that much damage, so in the beginning it's the one place where you don't really have to like dodge. The only problem I have with the Slayer is that moving the weapon around is a little bit problematic, and sometimes you get stuck in the animation when you're doing certain movements. And certain movements are very like cinematic, to the point where they kind of miss their target if you don't do them, if you don't target or calculate with them. So let's do this. Like this ability that I just unlocked, that's keybound to my R2, to my R1, is very easy to miss and sometimes they miss for no damn reason. Like that was a miss right now. Of course, this guy dodged me for some damn reason. I hate it when enemies dodge. Increasing your movement speed is actually kind of something nice. These guys they actually dodge willingly. So that's actually kind of a bit of a rare thing. I'm just waiting for my abilities to cool down. Come on, just die. There we go. Do that. Spam that until I get my R1 button. There we go. Damage is not that big of a deal. I could get the health recovery, but my health will recover anyways. So we'll talk to this guy. Bye bye. And now we fight the enemies here. Oh, see, it was a little bit of a glitch there where I couldn't move, even though I clearly should have been able to. Stairs are not very good in this game. Oh, this guy is really weak, so we'll kill you like this. I remember I actually did record a long time ago a little bit of a video on this game, but I haven't done anything other than that because I haven't been playing that much. This last few days have been the most progress that I've done in this game, and yeah, it's an okay game. It just needs polish, it needs some upgrades, it needs bug fixes, it needs attention. That's what it really needs. And it needs to have its regional lock removed, because that is not good. Come on, get over here. I need to talk to you. Alright, there we go. So, you do this. If you haven't played the game, I guess this will, you know, give you a show as to what you're expecting. This is the beginning, so don't judge this beginning specifically. The beginning is literally the most boring part of the game, which I imagine is why they allow you to skip it. But you do lose resources if you skip it. And it's also nice to be able to get to know your class before you go out there. So let me just attack this guy. Damn it. There we go. Okay, so at this point, this guy's gonna do an attack. Wait, what? What hit me? Anyways, no matter what you're doing, this will play you anyways, and deal a kind of cinematic. You're meant to lose. It's one of those boring moments where the hero actually does, you know, die or loses the first fight. Like, oh, cliche. I usually just skip the cinematics because they're kind of boring and bland. The story is probably the weakest part of this game, so I don't really bother with it. And also you have to like talk with these guys. You gotta spam the button sometimes to the people. There's a lot of things that they say, but they can't put it in one sentence. They just keep talking and blabbering, and you gotta keep just spamming buttons all the time. So every time you see that guy there, I mean, in the beginning there are some options that will make your life a little bit easier, and I'll get to that when I get to that. Right now I'm just working on blazing past the beginning of the game. Start with this, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and off we go. Wink. So yeah, I actually had to do this beginning literally a couple of times. Every time, like, I like getting to know the characters, like all the classes that I have available. So I tend to create a new character, play as him up to a certain point, and then delete him, then play again. It's kind of a habit. So yeah, I mean, this is I think, what, 5th time I've deleted a Slayer, and then I made a new one, and I only just now decide to, like, you know, record, just because. So anyways, yeah, I learned I learned some abilities, I upgrade, and let's get going. Now we gotta get killing these bears. Nothing to it. Did I miss? I didn't. Oh, okay, that works. There we go. A bit of just do this. So with this, guys, you do this, wait until he attacks, do the triangle button, knock him out. If he doesn't knock him out, just go straight for the windmill, and he's dead with a single blow. So we are. I think I'll probably, I should probably mention, this is not a professional speedrun, this is just a speedrun this is literally just me blazing past just the beginning while making a new character. Just because the beginning is the most boring part of the game. There we go, kill that guy. So now we do a little more talking. There we go. Blah blah blah. Come on. Blah blah blah. Let's open these. Let this finish. Don't actually move when you're doing this, because it'll cancel it and you'll have to go from the beginning, and they're boring. I feel like when you're doing something, like picking things up or interacting with something, it could take less time to be done. So if they actually reduce the amount of time it takes to do things, it would be nice. Especially when you're mining resources. There we go, we had our first frame rate drop, or lag or something. That happens often, unfortunately. Hey, there's a Reaper over here. A Reaper is an Ellen. That's a level 50 character. What's she doing here? Anyways, probably here to escort a player. Or probably with a player. We unlock this, we unlock this. It would be nice also if they actually fixed the Reapers. The Reaper class is kind of broken right now. Like in the beginning, in order to get through, you have to go through a beginning quest in order to acquire all your stuff that are of your level. You end up being level 60, but you end up becoming, there's something about the game where you enter this group of enemies that you're supposed to kill, but they're just ridiculously overpowered. They're ridiculously more powerful than you, and thus, that's a warrior, and you can't progress because they just keep killing you. Like when I tried it, they just kept killing me, even though like I was supposed to be, you know, they gave me the gear, I was at the proper level, but they just kept killing me. Like I just kept getting wrecked. So it would be nice if they fixed that, so that your character doesn't like isn't underpowered, and the enemies that you're fighting are, you know, appropriate for your character. That would be nice. So for the time being, Reaper is kind of out of my radar, unfortunately. So let's go over here. Overhand Strike, I like this ability. It's one of my favorite abilities. And if you are planning on playing as the Slayer, it will be yours too. Using it is actually pretty nice. You can actually definitely see the difference between being able to kill. You can now kill somewhat quickly. The Slayer is all about using your abilities. Like you never really need to use your normal abilities. It's all about spamming your abilities, dodging around. It only takes 3 seconds to acquire your dodge roll or your dodging ability, so you can just wait it out. Position yourself properly and then use your abilities again. Although I guess it's up to you how you choose to, you know, to use your Slayer. There we go. These guys are dying. There's that. And one more to seal the deal. Windmill is up. When you're using Windmill, that's the square button ability, let it finish. Don't interrupt its animation, because it does 2 hits, and if you do anything before it finishes, you basically lose 1 hit. So let it finish before casting it. So it kind of helps to, like, you know when you're supposed to use it. Don't use it where enemy is attacking, because it'll probably interrupt you. So we're level 10. We can upgrade all these. All these skills, make them stronger, and we progress to the last part of the game, where yeah, we'll be dealing with the well, it's the last part. So go here, go through another loading screen, and yeah, here we go. So yeah, first you talk to this thing. Like I said, I don't even bother with the texts or anything. Cutscene, blah blah blah. Yeah, he's happy. Funny how we know the villain before we actually even, like they try to make it like, oh yeah, this guy is an unknown person. They try to show that he is, somewhat important, but we already know who he is, and even throughout the story, it doesn't get any like better. We just know that we're going to kill him. Let me just do that. Let me just kill you like this while my abilities cool down. So you can actually see that I'm just spamming my abilities right now. I'm barely using anything other than that. So he says as he just spammed R2. To be fair, I've been doing this, like I said, I've done this beginning with the same class over and over again, so I kind of gotten good with predicting these guys, somewhat, at least the beginning enemies. So let's go. I probably would have had several classes that are like at max level. The problem is that, like I said, I keep making new classes, just because. He interrupted me. Oh, you little bitch. Who told you to start healing? There we go. I hate when he does that. He rarely does that ability where he actually heals, but it is annoying. Very annoying. Oop. Let's just get going. Alright, so let's go to Mr. Dude who actually defeated us before. Now we get to kill him, as expected. So let me just get rid of that He does that attack. I hate when he does that attack. It's annoying. And he's doing his mumbo jumbo again. And I'm just gonna, you just wait until, you know, he does the thing. He does that, and then the girl kind of sacrifices herself, and we gain power, and then we're able to defeat him and stuff like that. So yeah, very cliche. There we go. And now we can just spam our powers until he's dead. I got him. So, yeah, now we just spam our powers and fight him properly. This is literally, I guess this is like the first boss, but the boss is kind of huge and kind of easy to defeat. Big bosses are kind of easier to deal with. So, you kill this guy, you collect all these loot, which are essentially as accessories. You already have them if you've skipped the beginning, but yeah, it's kind of nice to get all of them. So you equip them all, and then you talk here, and that's pretty much the beginning over. That's the intro, and then that's where you just, yeah, you go through whatever you need to go. A little shaking here in the screen. I really hate the shaking. I just go through this just to avoid the shaking, and sometimes it even persists after the game is loaded. But yeah, get through that, go through this, we got our levels, and we also got some new gear to wear. So there we go. Talk to this guy, and talk to this guy again. Skip the cutscene once it initiates, and then talk to him again. A lot of talking. It would be nice if we did less talking and more actual fighting. So what I do is I actually sell things here. You could disassemble them, but you don't really get anything that you don't get simply by doing side missions. So I usually just sell them just for the cash, just for the extra cash. We'll talk to this lady, and then we go through one of the most boring moments in the whole game, which is waiting to fly from here all the way to the city. So yeah, this is the beginning of, this is literally the introduction of the game. I'm not going to obviously let the whole thing go. So yeah, I'm going to be continuing on. My aim in this video is to reach level 3-4 as quickly as possible. See what kind of cosmetics I can unlock, if I unlock them. Once you hit level 34, you gain something that essentially, you gain this thing that is given to you that allows you to level up that allows you to like unlock cosmetics and stuff, and that's usually what I aim for, just for the fashion. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be aiming for. So yeah, this will be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, stay cool, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.